Hello, fellow data explorers. Ernis here, ready to embark on another mind-bending journey to the cutting edge of scientific discovery. Today, we're not just skimming the surface of knowledge, we're diving deep, Jacques Cousteau style, into the fascinating world of mass spectrometry. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Mass spec sounds like a snooze fest, but trust me, this is where the magic happens. Imagine you have a cosmic soup of molecules. Mass spec is how we figure out what's in it, like identifying constellations in a vast, molecular universe. And, for the longest time, we were just guessing at the names of these constellations. But that's changing. We're going to unpack a paper titled LSM-MS2, a foundation model bridging spectral identification and biological interpretation. It comes to us from MIT Inc., and it promises a revolution in how we interpret the vast, often untapped data from mass spectrometry. So, what's the big idea? Well, a huge amount of mass spectrometry data, like a ridiculously huge amount, just sits there, unanalyzed. It's like having a library filled with alien languages and no Rosetta Stone. This paper introduces LSM-MS2, a new tool that's trying to change that, and it's doing it with a foundation model. What is a foundation model anyway? Think of it as a super smart AI that's been trained on a massive dataset to understand the fundamental rules of a particular game. In this case, the game is how molecules break apart in a mass spectrometer, and the foundation model is LSM-MS2. Now, to really grasp this, let's step into our memory palace, shall we? Picture a grand, sprawling observatory. Each room represents a key aspect of this paper. Our first stop is the spectral identification room. Imagine it's filled with holographic projectors, each displaying a different mass spectrum. Spectral identification is all about matching an unknown spectrum to a known compound. The authors argue that LSM-MS2 blows existing methods out of the water, improving accuracy by a staggering 30% in identifying tricky isomeric compounds. You might be asking yourself what an isomeric compound is. Good question. Imagine a LEGO set where you have all the same pieces but you can build different things with them. Isomers are molecules with the same atoms, but arranged differently. And, up until now, traditional methods have struggled to tell them apart. Next, we'll mosey on over to the biological interpretation room. This room is all lush greenery and bubbling beakers. This is where things get really interesting. LSM-MS2 doesn't just identify compounds, it creates spectral embeddings. Think of them as digital fingerprints that allow for direct biological interpretation. What does that mean? Well, it means you can take these fingerprints and use them to differentiate disease states, predict clinical outcomes, and even understand complex biological processes without needing a ton of extra data. It's like going from reading single words to understanding entire sentences. But how did they build this thing? Let's teleport ourselves to the training data chamber. This room contains a colossal server farm humming with activity. LSM-MS2 was trained on millions of mass spectra, allowing it to learn the chemical semantics encoded in spectral patterns. This massive training allows the model to generalize across different instruments, molecules, and analytical tasks. Now, let's not get lost in the weeds. What does this all mean for you, the curious listener? This means faster, more accurate analysis of complex biological samples. It means potentially uncovering new biomarkers for disease, developing more effective treatments, and generally gaining a deeper understanding of the molecular world around us. But like any good scientist, the authors didn't just stop there. They rigorously benchmarked LSM-MS2 against existing methods using publicly available datasets. And the results? Consistently superior performance, particularly in identifying those pesky isomers and in complex biological samples. One crucial aspect of this paper is the emphasis on biological interpretation. The authors demonstrate how LSM-MS2 can be used to classify antipsychotic overdoses and even predict septic shock with remarkable accuracy. This suggests that LSM-MS2 is not just a fancy identification tool, it's a powerful engine for biological discovery. Of course, no scientific endeavor is without its limitations. The authors acknowledge that there's still work to be done in improving the interpretability of LSM-MS2 embeddings and in developing generative models that can infer molecular structures directly from spectra. So, what's the takeaway from all this? LSM-MS2 represents a significant step forward in our ability to unlock the vast potential of mass spectrometry data. It's a powerful tool for identifying compounds, understanding biological processes, and ultimately, making new discoveries that could improve human health. This paper isn't just about numbers and algorithms, it's about bridging the gap between raw data and meaningful insights. It's about turning that cosmic soup of molecules into a story we can understand. And that, my friends, is the essence of scientific exploration. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of knowledge. This is Ernis, signing off from PaperLedge.